So welcome to the Gigonometry Showcase for February, and we've just had the wonderful pleasure of the most fantabulous performance by Mr. Johnny Rayge. Johnny, you're very, very welcome, and so good to see you.
Such a pleasure to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And it's been kind of scary, Johnny, meeting you tonight, because we both realised that it was about 10 years ago since we were both kind of playing on the same circuit and stuff. And I kind of only bumped into you again about 2 years ago, and you were doing this amazing stuff. You did the Vigil album launch. So tell me, what's been going on in the last 10 years since I last saw you?
Wow. What an opening barrage question. What's been going on in the last decade? Loads. There was 10 years. Every year had approximately 365 days of hectic living. And
Interesting facts tonight, eh?
it's all about the numbers, numerology. So yeah, I was in Ito, and that's when we met and we played together. You were in Trip Hazard, fantastic bands. And Ito and myself in 2010, which is ages ago now, we went over to LA. We worked, after we would have met 2008, we released Standby. Then we were working on an album called Good Times Go! With an intonation mark for effect. Just like that. Punctuation does everything. And 2 years I was in studio, my own studio, working on this album, and I still hope to release it. But then madness happened. We went to LA, things got involved, drugs got involved, people went off rails, we lost some people. And then I was flown to Dallas, and this guy was going, this album's amazing, unreleased, 2 years working on it. And I said, well, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't even make that music. So I'm going back to Ireland. I'm going to work on some other stuff. And then went through a crazy dip. I suppose people use words for it. They might say depression. I don't like to use those words. It just means that you're not yourself, you know. I wasn't feeling that great, but I was feeling great. But it was different. You know, I had to walk every day in the park, swim in the sea, naked. And then I started producing this book of poetry, which I released called Thorns, under my full name, Jonathan Armas McGlynn. And then Johnny Rayge seeped back into me, and he demanded that I make this album to explain it all, and that was called Vigil, which I released, and now the live DVD is coming out on March the 15th.
Right, absolutely. Well, that was quite a whiz through the last 10 years, and so that explains why I didn't see you for a period of time, Johnny. So bring us up to Vigil then. So you have a full band. Who are they? What do you do, and how often do you play?
I play with a lot of different people at the moment. That was one of the things that happened when ITO ended, was that I wanted to make music where I could play alone anywhere. So the band changes with a lot of amazing musicians I know. And on the 15th we're going to have Fiacra from his own project Camera Pop on keys. We're going to have Rio de Relay from Rock Strong on drums. Jebediah Funkfield on bass, who does his own solo projects. Now he was still in Ito. Then we're going to have Anthony Gibney from Audioland Studios. You know,
Bit of a super band, huh? Yeah.
Super band. That's yours. Can I keep that?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for
Super
it,
band.
Yeah, take it, absolutely.
So,
You can borrow anything you want from me, Johnny, anytime. And you're doing a lot of solo stuff as well, and you're involved in other projects like the Neil Young stuff and the Last Waltz and stuff. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I love playing music, and I end up doing all these projects, which actually take a lot probably from doing my own. But I'm doing Neil Young, The Last Waltz, so we'll be playing the Olympia. Then I do a Neil Young show with, again, lots of other musicians, and we play annually 2 or 3 times. And then I've done a Lennon live show, which I'll do annually now forever.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Lennon fan. But I've all these. I really just love a lot of bands. So I'd love to do Elton Johnny.
Yeah.
I'd love to do T-Rex. I'd love to do Bowie, but a lot of people are doing that. So God bless Bowie. We miss him and we love him. The Black Star, and so there's just a lot of projects I'd like to do.
Yeah, so really Johnny Rayge, you need to split up into 2 separate people, and Johnny Rayge and Jonathan Armas McGlynn, and somehow stretch 24 hours into 48 hours or something, because there's so much going on, isn't there? Yeah. And yet you find time to write all these amazing poems and songs. And where did the inspiration for these things come? You told me you were in Morocco recently, and suddenly you were writing a poem about Ozymandias.
Well, Ozymandias is not mine, it's Shelley's, but I wrote a Jardin Majorelle there, and I wrote another one called Garden as well. And yeah, I don't know. I'm very lucky that it's something I love doing, and so producing and creating stuff is just kind of what I do. It's my raison d'etre, you know. So, like yourself, you know.
Well, thankfully, Johnny, thankfully there's people like you, and thankfully you are doing and allowing that creativity to flow through you and onto pen and paper and then into the voice and onto the guitar and stuff. So you got the 15th of February coming up in Whelan's Upstairs, and that's going to be a launch of the DVD from Vigil, right?
Yeah. The live DVD, and then after that I'm going to have some new material coming out. I have a new single, When We Go Out Again, right. So a new video for that will be coming out. It was going to come out on Valentine's because I thought it was appropriate, but I just got back from Canada and had some fantastic news there, and so I'm going to give it a break for a while and maybe just, I've so much stuff. I want to release that Good Times Go album. I want to do the next album. I want to release my next book of poetry. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not going to stop. It's not going
to stop. Back to the 365 days in a year thing. Yeah, time is the devil there, isn't it? And just finally, Johnny, just to say, I saw that concert when you did the live, the Vigil launch gig in the Button Factory. It was absolutely amazing, and you brought on a 30-piece choir for the last couple of tunes. How the hell did you pull that together?
Well, I don't know to this day. I'll tell you, it was such a pleasant project because I'm not mainstream and so on. You don't have big TV companies coming and doing, so I do everything myself. And I was like, I've never been filmed, and I play probably about 300 shows a year for 20 years. And I was like, I've never been filmed, so I'm going to get a proper show. And we got 11 cameras. Some really good people helped out. Aidan McCarthy, BBC, and all these sort of guys. And then I got a 30-piece choir, and they were incredible, and a 9-piece band. And the guys were saying, don't film this, man. This is a live show. Don't film a live show. So many things will go wrong. Like, do you know if it's going to be full? What's going on? I said, I don't care what happens. You have to do things or else they don't happen, you know? And so we did it. All the cameras were set up the day, you just stay calm in the middle of the storm. All these things are happening, the sound engineer, and then everything has to be recorded high end. Mics on everything, stage managers, blah, 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 all those production elements that you just get used to, if you're doing it yourself. And then at the end of the show, off the stage, champagne bottles were pouring. Your man comes up and goes, "Gold, man, gold." The camera controller, because there was 7 cameramen as well, and they were just going, "Oh my God," because they had the full crowd came in, everything. We played every song, no perfect, apart from me. I'm a bit dodgy, but everybody else was amazing.
I was there, and it was an amazing show from beginning to end. So congratulations, genuinely, I'm pulling that together, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the live DVD as well. Johnny, it's been an absolute pleasure. I think we could talk all evening, and we'll do it again on another occasion. But for now, Johnny Rayge, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave. Take it easy.